I'm Profiline Flock and I'm the manager for Clover Mama Afrika. This project is already 19 years old and I have the privilege to start it and to still manage it. And I think I am Mama Afrika. We also, as Clover, the company, felt that we want to sort of plow back into our communities, because Clover is really there because of all the wonderful people supporting our project and go and buy it. And we wanted to do something that is different. We didn't want to just go and give one big check and walk away. We didn't know what they are doing, and we maybe feel good that we've given a check. I think we, from the beginning, said we want to do something. We find people to become self-sustainable. And when I had the opportunity to come up with an idea, I just know I want to work with women. I believe in the power of a woman. I believe in that women are really, they can multitask, they can doing so wonderful things. And so it was wonderful for me to come up with the idea, and that it was accepted, to say, let's do something with women. And initially I started 19 years ago with 4 women all over South Africa at that stage. And they were looking at 1,500 children. So it was really a few children then. So I started with only 4 women. I could immediately find lots of challenges and find ways around the problems that I experienced when I was working with them. But the one thing I've quickly learned was that you can't just give a woman, tell the woman what to do. So what we do is I find women wherever they are, and I give them skills, training and equipment to become self-sustainable. And the wonderful thing is that for me it's important that they must do this work already for 3 to 5 years, because there are many women who, I get overwhelmed by requests, please come give me a sewing machine, help me with a washing machine or whatsoever. I can't do that. I want that women who are taking care of children. They must be vulnerable children, children that's neglected, that the parents have left them in the streets, and that is what these women are doing. My Clover Mama Afrika took those children from the streets and they give them love, care, schooling and so much more. And therefore it's important that when I find a woman, that she must be able to do this already for a while, at least 3 to 5 years. Because you can think how disastrous it will be if you say to me, or if I appoint a woman that has never done this work, and tomorrow morning she woke up with 50 pairs of eyes staring at her for food or schooling or whatever it may be. And therefore important that they must have done this work for a while. Secondly, the property must belong to the Mama Afrika. One of my first bad experience was when I did this whole place, because the first thing that I must do is make it a safe haven for the children. And I've done everything, put in water, toilets that's working, ceilings, carpets, cupboards, whatever. And then the mama phoned me after the moment when they had to move in. She said, Prof, I have a problem. This was my sister's place and she now wants it back. So immediately you lost, say, 500,000 in those days, because this was a house, and what do I do now? So then we decided that must be one of our guidelines. You need to have this place registered in your name. Then very important, the Mama Afrika must have a structure in place. There must be someone who's helping her doing the washing, helping cooking, cleaning the house. Because if you have 177 children with you, like Mama Lydia that we're going to meet, what are you doing? You need to have the ways and the means already there. The Mama Afrika can't walk from shop to shop to find bread or whatever that she can feed the children with, and then there's no one to look after the children at home. So that is very important. But most important, I think, is that you as a woman must feel you want to be empowered. Okay, Felicity's mum is a nurse, or a sister, I think, in a hospital. And I think she has learned a lot from being in that environment where her mother is already really very neat and clean and so on. And Felicity she's an eager learner. I think she's also a clever lady, and she loves what she's doing. She's very creative. I think she's a late developer. She also didn't know when she was a youngster that she can do all these things and she will love it. But I think because she's doing so well, then it just catches on to her. Because when she did quilting, her stuff just fits perfectly. She cuts perfectly. So then when she sews it, it fits well, and in the end she has the most marvelous look. When she does her mosaic, she doesn't mind to cut small little pieces that will fit perfectly, and she's good with the grouting, and there she has this wonderful piece. The same with her sewing. Her sewing is absolutely amazing. And then she started with cooking and baking. I wish you can see her reports, her photographs. It's so beautiful. So she's doing wonderful work. I think, you know, what I try to do is, if I do a course, I will say to them, first show me a picture of where all your ingredients are. Now you can just plonk it, or you can go and put it out neatly. Felicity is the one, her stuff will be like in a one line, beautifully, neatly. It's there and it's ready. And then you see her bakes, and then you see her decorations of her cakes. I mean, it's amazing. She is doing that all the time, wedding cake. She will send you a photograph and say, next time I want to learn something about this. So naturally, when I do the next advanced cake baking and decorating course, I will add that kind of thing so that she can learn it, and then immediately she has the confidence and she can go bake it. So her bakes are 100%, her creation, her decoration work, beautiful, beautiful. She's a full 92% when it comes to her decoration of her work.
Hi, my name is Felicity Maluleke. I'm at Clover Mama Afrika. Welcome to my bakery. This is where I do the baking. My journey with Clover started in 2003. I took over from my aunt who passed away in 2003, and Clover nominated me to be the next Clover Mama Afrika. At then, I didn't understand what's going on with Clover really, but I think a few years down the line, that's where I learned what's Clover all about. It's about empowering women to be sustainable and to help other people in the community, and that's what I'm doing. I learned through Clover a lot of things like baking, sewing, quilting, mosaic, artwork. There's a lot of things that I do, and then we learn those things at the workshops so you can teach other people through your community, and even the kids that you are taking care of. Right here where we are is it's my bakery, which I was sponsored by Clover Mama Afrika, and it enabled me to make income through it. I even learned a lot through it, through the courses that they provide, even the cooking course and the baking course, the cake decors, and I'm able to make an income for that. We do the cakes like birthday cakes, baby shower cakes, scones, muffins, biscuits, any kind of biscuits that you want, we can provide it. And then even the birthday cakes, any occasion that you have, just ring a bell and we do it for you. My life changed a lot because I didn't know I have other skills that they just make me aware of. Like for instance, the sewing. I didn't even think I could even sit in front of a machine. But now I know I know one of the Clover Mama Afrika's personnel used to call me perfectionist. But anyway, that's what I do. One thing I'll say about my kids, they sometimes do join me here in the bakery. I teach them how to bake. They can also bake, and they know I shout if ever they don't do something right, because I teach them once and the next time they must do the right thing. And then they'll always say, Mom, when I always shout at us, you don't tell us the proper way. I'm like, there's no proper way to tell you. You just have to listen and follow the instructions. So I think to them, I'm a role model also, because they're looking up to, they can also bake in the future. Not the kids that don't know how to bake and whatever, like cook. Even the cooking also. They cook with me when I cook. Even right now, they are chefs, little chefs in the kitchen. I think I'll refer to one thing, that if ever you have hands, your hands can do anything. You can't go hungry while you have hands. So anything that you think of that you can do, just do it, as long as it can make you earn something at the end of the day, not sleep hungry. So even to them, I think it's a skill that I'm teaching them. Even the mosaic, they can even do the mosaics. So whatever it's there. The other one said, Mom, can you teach me to sew during December holidays? So I think I'll be on the December holidays.
Mama Angelina is just someone who takes on something and who makes herself responsible for the things that she's taking on. And that is a wonderful asset, because even now, when she saw Mama Lydia went for her first training, she went through her training just a while ago, and she then offered to go and help. And she took 2 personnel members along. So they were training along with the people from Mama Afrika, Mama Lydia, and they sort of motivated them, show them exactly what they are doing, share the things that they now know is working better. And isn't that wonderful to have that kind of sisterhood? And like when I asked Mama Angelina, now why are you doing it? And she said, because we are family. And that is lovely. And Mama Angelina is one of those Mama Afrikas, you know, on Mother's Day she will send you a message. Now mostly all of the Mama Afrikas are doing it, but you know, she will do it, but in just a different way. She will thank you for everything. She will sometimes just think of you and say, Profi, I think of you. You know, and I like to go to her on a Saturday morning with my motorbike. And when I got there, it's a lovely occasion, you know. And she will show you everything. We were there like in heavy rain, but we will have a look at the vegetable gardens. We will see all the things that's been growing. We have a look at her bakery, what's going on now with her ice making machine, with her popcorn machine. She's just doing all the things to help her community. And always positive, excited. But then again, I must say, I don't have any mama who's a depression kind of woman. I have people that, you know, go-getters. They want to do something, and I like that spirit. I like it if you don't see problems. You must see a challenge, and you must, what am I going to do? How am I going to solve it? Let's do it. And that is lovely. So she will come and say, okay, I'm going to change this because I couldn't get like 3-phase electricity. I'm now going to change to 2-phase. And then when she found someone who's prepared to help her with 3-phase, Prof, I'm going for my 3-phase, and we do it. And then she shows you the growth of a project. You know, each and every Mama Afrika must give me a monthly report. Her report comes with all the things. You can see how they grow. And what is the wonderful thing, if I see the things that they mention that they need, I can immediately know, I make a list. This is my to-do list or the wishes that they have.
My name is Angelina, founder of Lejola Tuso Community Services based in Dobsonville, Soweto. The center started in 2010 when I saw the need within our community. One thing that we saw, it was the lack of resources in the beneficiaries or the background of our beneficiaries. And living next to the school, we saw the need in our children when they go to school that they were not properly dressed. Then that's where the actual need started. And it started with children only, but we moved on to do the house visit to the beneficiaries or the homes of our beneficiaries, just to check the background of our beneficiaries. Then we realized that the rate of unemployment is very high. That's when we rolled out our skills development program for them to do it themselves and to equip them with different types of skills. My relationship with Clover Mama started when the then late Miss Gladys Siotula was at Clover Mama at that time. I was working with hand in hand with Miss Gladys, and that's when Gladys introduced me to Clover Mama. That was in 2013, if not 2014. I've seen a lot of change since we started this organization. One, we measure progress and we measure where we started until now, and doing regular visits based on the programs that are in place and the skills that we have imparted to each and every individual in this place. We have seen a vast difference, be it your employment, your job placement, your employment, your schools, your university placements. That is the effort or the goals that we have set. For now, to date, I see it measurable because of what we have implemented in our community. I do what I do because of the fulfillment of the heart, and maybe it's because of the vision that I have within our space or our community. The other projects that I run, it's our after school program where we accommodate your grade 6 to grade 11. They are doing maths, business, English and science. and we are doing the ICT and coding and basic computer literacy for our unemployed youth within our community. We are also running an agricultural projects where we have adopted schools around the area, where we have done the vegetable gardens, and the crop there we are selling to the public and also feeding the beneficiaries with the cropping. After my appointment with Clover Mama Afrika, they built the room that I'm in here. It's a bakery, a fully furnished bakery. They've also sponsored our schools, the vegetable garden projects that is in our schools. They've also built the 2 ablution facilities that is outside. The message that I'm sending out there is that anything is possible. And as long as you've got the brains and you've got the hands, that is the goal that you have. A very important resource that one can use to equip or to develop the community at large.
I think Mama Lydia is special because she learned from very small from her late mother. Her mother was in Mama Afrika for 12 years before she died from COVID recently. And it was so unnecessary because she was like in her 50s, a young, beautiful Mama Afrika. And I met Lydia when she was even in a school, and her late mum sent her onto courses to come and learn with her when we were there at the center, and her mum had a refresher course on bread baking or whatever. Lydia was already there. And it was so lovely when she could phone me and that morning said to me, my family decided unanimously that I can be appointed as her successor, because we couldn't leave that wonderful project. We have invested too much there, and it's such a wonderful beacon of hope for so many people that we had to go on and carry on with that good work that the late Mama Shirley Miriam started. And Lydia Isaacs, her daughter, is doing the same. She will carry that flame high for her mum. I think Lydia is very young. She's still shy in many ways, but she's eager to learn. And if you have that ability with the background where you grow up to give and do good to people. Lydia, very young at this stage, but eager to learn, and that is what you want, you know. Rather someone that is, when I was lecturing, I used to say to the students, I'd rather take someone that's stupid, but is eager to learn, than to one that's so clever and you can't teach that person anything. Now, Lydia is clever and young, and she's going to go places in what she's doing. She is so willing, and that makes it so much easier for me. The one thing that I always try to prevent is to compare her with her mother, because it's 2 different people. And I've appointed her for her abilities. I've listened to her, I've interviewed her well enough. I know what is her future plans, and I need now to start help her and building her to become the best Lydia she can be.
My name is Mama Lydia Isaacs. I am a Clover Mama Afrika, and the name of my center is Ebenezer in a Home. The center was established in 1992, and it was established by my late dad, Thomas Miriam, and my late mom, Mama Shirley Miriam. So they started the center only with 1 building, and then the center expanded. So at the moment we are taking care of 250 people, 100 old people and 150 children that we feed, clothe and accommodate. My mom and dad's vision for the center was to take care of the needy and the people that needed help, so that they never feel like there is no hope. There was always hope for them. So even if you don't feel loved, when you come here you feel loved, you are welcome with open arms. And just taking care of people, so they left their professions to do the work at the center. So we had a bakery, the old equipment, and then it was a bit rusty and the equipment wasn't working so sufficient as it is now. So thanks to Clover Mama Afrika and Professor Elaine Flock, she provided us like with a brand new bakery. So we can bake 1,000 loaves per day. It's sufficient, it's more quicker, and we can deliver always on time. The bakery, we use the bakery to bake our bread, rolls, Chelsea buns, scones, and we feed the community around us, and we feed the people at the center the bread. So we give them the bread, they have fresh bread daily, and then in that way we also empowering the youngsters and giving them skills so they can also do something with their hands, not only just sit at home and do nothing. We got two ladies, which is Margaret Bankis and Mickey van Wyk. As I grew up here, I grew up learning to know them in the bakery, and that's where I also stepped in and assisted them with baking bread. So they live at the center, so they volunteering. So whoever comes at the center, which is the youngsters, they will upskill them with the knowledge that they have and teach them how to bake the bread, how it's done, and the ins and outs of the bakery. And then we have a vegetable garden as well that we feed the center and the community out of it. We have fresh vegetables daily, and it's also volunteers that lives on the center that assist with this vegetable garden that we have. And then we have the sewing project as well, that we can sew our, like if we have any hymns that we need to do, authorizations, we'll do it at the center. Then we also sell the graduation gowns to the different creches, the mask now that it's COVID-19, and the bread we also sell. So it's like a self-sufficient setup that we have here. So we do sell bread to the community, we do sell bread to the hostels, to the schools. Any orders that we get, we also provide our service to them. Clover Mama Afrika actually gave me an opportunity to be an independent woman, to give me the opportunity where I can upskill people, and by the new bakery that they've put in, it's like, it's a big life changing, because every 30 minutes for 60 loaves, the bread goes out. So for 120 loaves, it's about 1 hour. So it's a blessing. So running the center for me, as I grew up at the center as a little girl, assisting my mom and my dad, which is no longer here. So I had the opportunity when I was a little girl, also rendering my service to the old people and the kids that's at the center, also the involvement in the baking and all the projects that my mom had for us. So it's a passion. I love what I'm doing, and it keeps me busy and it keeps me fit and active as well. In that way I can assist the others and motivate them that there is life. Life doesn't end here. We can continue.
When I found Mama Miriam, she was working from a very small room. It was a part of a little house that they were living in, and she had 7 people already at that stage working for her. And we changed that whole bakery because I know she could tell me her dream. Also, it was very difficult for her to speak English. She always had a family member actually that was sort of almost an interpreter. And now her whole family is helping her to speak English. I mean, Mama, you can't get her quiet now. She's now talking away and she's telling you what she wants, and she can immediately phone you. In the past, many moons ago, her son or whoever would have phoned you and say, Prof, this is the problem here at St. Mary's Bakery. Now it's not like that. Mama will phone me and say, Prof, this is a problem. Ish, we have a problem. Can you help us quickly? So that bakery was like, had old equipment, and today, I mean, it has the most wonderful baking equipment. It has turnaround like ovens that most of the bigger trade stores have, that's doing baking, their own baking. It is amazing how that project has changed. She started now with baking cakes, with making other stuff. She is making the best baguettes that there is in town. That is one of the things that's really where she excels in. And from next year we will also have a gentleman from her center that will come for the professional cake baking and decorating of the courses, and that will also enhance her stuff that she's doing. But he's already doing so well from what he has learned and what he is implementing at her bakery. So now the whole house is a bakery. They have moved to another place. We have put in toilets, we have put in basins, we are putting stuff that can take the taking out all the heat inside her bakery. it is, I mean, when I was there was not even a table or space. Everything in that bakery is what Clover has given her. We have fridges in there. She's selling our product because people likes to buy a loaf of bread and some milk. So Mama really has become a well-known baker. She has now 21 people working permanently for her. And you know when you have a good person is when the people working for that person stays at the same center. From the first time I've met Mama Afrika, Mama Miriam, she has introduced me to her personnel, and those same personnel are still there.
Hi, my name is Miriam Makamu. I'm at Tembisa. I'm at Clover Mama Afrika. I started the bakery 2008. I was at home putting my grocery outside because I wasn't know how to bake. Our neighbor came to me and said, "No, today we are going to eat cakes." I said, "No, Coco, I don't know how to bake." And then Coco replied me, she said, "You don't know how to bake, why you put flour there?" She said, "Come to my place and I will show you how to do scones." Okay. I said, "Gogo, I will come." Then one day, the following day, Gogo came to me and said, "Come, I'm baking." Then I was so impressed because I want to know how to bake. And then I quickly go there to her house. I find her putting everything in order. So Gogo, she showed me how to bake scones. Then from then, Gogo gave me the scones we bake. When I go home, I said, "No, I've got everything. I've got margarine, I've got whatever." Then immediately when I get home, I started to bake. Clover Mama, they find me because I used to take stock from Chipkins. So the lady from Chipkins, she said, "No, let me try this for you. Maybe it can work." So, but it takes time to come so that a Clover Mama come to me. They take time because they said I'm running the business. Then I find myself that no, I just wait until they come to my place. When Clover Mama came to our life, they find me in a shack where I was baking more scones, everything without equipment. By that time, even a kisa we don't have. We just mixing our dough with the hand. But since Clover came into our life, we start now to use the machine. I know the machine because of Clover, and they changed us. I remember Professor Elaine, when she came to our shack, it was dark and even the light was not, it was so dark, when I remember. And then when she came, she asked me, "What can I do for you, Mama?" Hey, first thing, because I was desperate with stuff, I said, "Yo, we need stuff and our place," because I don't know what to tell, but it was more, I can tell, because our stove, it was only 1 decker, and we put our pants outside there, and the place, it was not in the right way. And then Prof said, she just said, okay. Then they left. Then after that, in January, we saw the truck came with a big stove. And also, when they put us a bigger stove, the energy now, it was small, but now Professor Elaine came to our place always because it's trip. Then Professor said no, she will put us in bigger energy. Our workers, when I start this business, most of them, I start with them and I train them. And then after that, Clover, when they get into our life, they give us the training, and then so we become more experienced. We make breads and Portuguese breads, fat cakes and scone, rolls and cakes. And there's another bread, they call it Oma bread, we make it. And more biscuits we make. Clover Mama means a lot to me because it changed my life. Where I was before till now, I see a lot of change.